The next major step that you can take to make a girl actually follow up with you, text you back, that kind of stuff, is very simple, very technical. It has very little to do with actually even having good game. It's just taking care of your details. And that is, make sure you get your number saved in her phone, one way or another. There are a variety of ways to do this. One way to do it is to actually enter your number in her phone and text yourself. That's a really good way because you make sure that you get your number saved. You make sure that there's a text history, and that text history is actually her texting you, so that when you text her later, she sees that she's texted you. She knows that it's a valid sort of a thing, that she's participated in this interaction. She remembers you. She likes you. So that's one very simple way. Another way is to text her your name right then and there. It's a little bit less good in some ways in terms of getting the number in her phone, but it is very natural and smooth and very easy to do. So text her your name. You can even show it to her, make sure she saves it, that kind of stuff. If you really want to, and this definitely can be a good idea, if you happen to take a picture with the girl, something like that, you can text her that picture and use that as the premise for exchanging numbers, or use that as the way that she'll remember who you are. And especially if she sees you and her together having a good time, smiling, laughing, that kind of stuff, it's going to cement in her mind that you had that really great interaction with her. That way, she's feeling those emotions in the moment. Later on, when she's not necessarily feeling those emotions, it reminds her of how good it was. So it's absolutely critical that you do get your number in her phone, because if you don't, what's going to happen? You text and you're going to get back, who is this? Which is awkward. Now, a lot of times you can get through that. A lot of times text, who is this? You send a picture like, oh, hey, I remembered you, etc. But it's still way more awkward than if you had just texted and she knew you in the first place. It's also the fact that you had to text twice, show her who you are. It's a little bit try-hard. It's a little more needy. It's less smooth. It's just not nearly as good. On top of which, sometimes she may not even remember properly. Let's say if she was drunk, or let's say if you forget to text her for a few days, and she's kind of had a lot of social experiences and stuff like that, the memory tends to fade over time. So you want to get that number in her phone when she really likes you, when it's kind of strike while the iron is hot and get things going. The other great thing about starting the text conversation right away, getting the number, having a text sent one way or the other, is that if you're texting back and forth, right then and there, you can even sometimes text her right back right then and there and have her text you back while you're still, before you've even left. And that'll create this vibe that it's normal and natural to text and there's already an ongoing interaction. The more you can create that, the better off you are. Okay, so very, very important to get your number in her phone so that she knows who you are, and also so that she recognizes you're someone she has a habit of texting with. You're someone who is in the category of guys I text back. Okay, very critical to do it. I really, really cannot overstate how important this actually is.